Yo, what's up guys? This is MidnightWabbit and welcome back to another video, and I just want to give you guys a huge apology for not uploading for the past couple of days. I know I was supposed to be uploading my level 50 endgame skill tree build for all the characters to prepare you guys for Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Well, Ultimate Vault Hunter mode came out today, and I've only uploaded my two ones for Athena and my one for Nisha, so I still have the other characters left to do, and I'm really, really sorry for that, guys. I've been kind of sick the past 2 days or so. I think I had like food poisoning or something. And then yesterday and today, I have a lot of work to do, and then tomorrow's my last day of work for the rest of the year, so I should be able to have some more consistent uploads for you guys. And I really do want this to be a channel that you guys can depend on for like Borderlands content, like information, upcoming stuff, like tips and tricks, and just entertaining content from these types of games. And I really do want this to be like a channel that you guys can rely on for that. And to do that, I know I need to upload every day, and I'm just for the past couple of days, it was the worst possible timing. The Ultimate Vault Hunter mode thing to come out. It's just like that deadline coupled with some of the other things I had to deal with. It's just too stressful for me right now. But anyway, I'm still, even though I know it's kind of late, and you guys may already be max level in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode by the time you're watching this. But if not, this is a good build for Wilhelm to help if you're going in, just starting off. You're heading into Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. This is a very good build to have for Wilhelm because it's very hard for him to die, and you got to make sure that you try to. The objective in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is essentially to stay alive as long as possible, because Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, the enemies, they have a lot more health and stuff, but they also do a ton more damage to you. Like, they do a lot more damage to you relative to their level than they did in normal and true Vault Hunter mode. So you got to be prepared for that. So anything that increases your max health, gives you health regeneration, anything like that, you want to make sure you have that. And that's kind of what I'm trying to provide with this build, is like kind of like an invincible tank type build almost for you guys going into Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Just in case you don't know what to expect, you can just have a pretty solid build. You guys don't really have to worry about dying that much. You can kind of focus on playing the game instead of having to worry about dying all the time. But anyway, let's get right into this real quick. So focus on this first skill tree, which is the left skill tree, the Hunter-Killer skill tree. Now, this first skill is called Afterburners. Wolf's airspeed will be increased. Additionally, reload speed and projectile speed are all increased. Now, you can see this is increased because of my class mod. And usually I do take the class mod off before I show you guys, so you guys can see the bonuses without this. And I'm sorry for not doing that this time, guys. I didn't really have a chance. I was running out of time, like I said earlier. For fire support, I like increasing my gun damage and Wolf's gun damage quite a bit. I just figured, since Wolf's damage gets a 1.5 times multiplier, so that's always nice. Wolf's going to output a ton of damage with this build. You can see suppression gives you and Wolf an increased fire rate, which is always nice to have. I love having anything that's a fire rate bonus in the Borderlands series. I like having. Wolf's shots have a chance to be venom bolts, and also increases your corrode chance and corrode damage as well. So that you're basically outputting much more corrode damage, and Wolf has a chance to corrode enemies as well. Now this skill, the laser guided skill, is probably one of the most important skills for you guys to have, because upon being summoned, or even if you're just like, you just press the action skill button while your reticle is over an enemy, Saint will paint that enemy on the radar, and that enemy will get increased damage from all sources. And he'll die quicker. And also, if that enemy gets killed, it adds 5 seconds to Wolf and Saint's duration. Rolling Thunder is basically just increased gun damage per stack. Pretty self-explanatory. Not gun damage. Increase Wolf damage per stack. Pretty self-explanatory. So is this missile strike thing. I was already down at the bottom of that skill tree anyway, so I figured why not. I'm trying to increase the output damage of Wolf as much as I can. Now, these skills right back here, you can see the increase in cooldown rate and duration for Wolf and Saint is always good. I really like this skill, not because of the shield boost, but because of the 6% max health per second. It's a big jump up from what Saint actually normally gives you guys. Now, termination protocols is more of it's like a fail-safe. You don't go down very often with this build. Even if you're like standing still and enemies are hitting you and stuff, you don't go down all that often. So termination protocols and 0 hour are both. 0 hour, what it does is creates a healing zone for you and anyone else in your game when Saint is recalled or the Saint ends. Now, Hazmat Containment System, this also affects your friends. If you have a status effect on you, you get reduced damage from that status effect by 50%. So do your friends in the game. Now, that's pretty cool, because 50% reduction is pretty good, especially since it applies to all your friends in the game. Now, just because of my class, I like to throw 3 points, my last 3 points, into that whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. whatever that skill is, but in the middle skill tree, just because it increases your max health and shield and stuff for you and for Wolf. And you want Wolf to be out there as long as possible doing a bunch of damage, and you want to kind of stay back, let Wolf go out there. As you can see, you have the targets painted from that laser guided skill. You want Wolf to go out there and kind of take care of everything while you kind of hang back and just basically let Wolf take care of stuff, and you can kind of, obviously you can still help him and shoot some stuff as well, but but you want Wolf to be doing the majority of the damage in situations like this when there's multiple enemies, because the enemies will also be focusing their attacks on Wolf as well instead of you, and they'll have a good distraction, so you won't really be taking as much damage. And you can see right here, every time I paint a target and it gets killed, you can just press the action skill button if your reticle is over a target, and you can just keep painting targets. And you can switch targets even if the other one hasn't been killed yet. You can switch if the other one has low health or something. You can just switch to that target if you want to. So you can always just do that. That's always, it's a good way to keep, you can see right there, there's the healing zone from the, what's it, from the, what it's called, 0 hour or whatever. Like you can't see how the health regeneration is really good, but you can't see it here because I didn't actually really take that much damage from those guys, because I kind of just let Wolf run in there and kill everything. So it's kind of hard to see, but that's more of a fail safe, just like termination protocols. Just in case you do go down, it's just basically a fail safe, like I said, to ensure that you'll be able to get a second win. You really don't go down. I don't even think I go down at all during this gameplay. Probably should have just gone down on purpose or something, just to show you guys that the termination protocol works pretty well, which it does. Especially if it's a shielded enemy, the termination protocol will shock the enemies and will take out their shield, and then you can just shoot them or something like that, or you can just detonate if you want to. If you think if they're low enough on health, you get a feel for how much damage it is after you use it for a while. How much damage it does, you get a feel for it, and you can see if you can actually take out that enemy or not. Now, obviously, a cryo weapon is always a good thing to have because it's a damage multiplier in this game. It prevents the enemies from shooting back at you because they're frozen. It's a damage multiplier, as you can see. Plus, the damage multiplier, I think it multiplies the damage on top of if they're painted from Saint. So, damage multiplier on top of that. And you can see I just keep painting targets here. You want to make sure you keep painting targets. It's hard to get used to, but once you get used to doing that with this skill, it's a very good way to keep Wolf and Saint going. As you can see, I have like 13 or 14 stacks of Rolling Thunder right now. Every 5 seconds, you periodically gain a stack. So every time you get a kill, you kill an enemy that's painted, it gains 5 seconds. So that's another stack of Rolling Thunder for every enemy that you kill while they are painted from Saint. That's another stack of Rolling Thunder right there for you guys. You can see right there I have like 18 stacks of Rolling Thunder, which is pretty crazy. I think they really only intended for it to go up to like 10 or so, but for most people, I guess that's what most people assume, that only go up to like 10 or so they don't really spec into it because they don't really see the point. But as you can see, with this build, you can dramatically increase the duration of Wolf and Saint, and then you can see the cooldown there is pretty quick for Wolf and Saint as well. The cooldown rate is pretty quick, the cooldown rate does not increase if Wolf and Saint go past the max duration. The cooldown rate is always like 35 seconds or whatever, or it could be a reduced one depending on what class mod you have. I like using the Celestial Enforcer class mod with this build because I find it augments a lot of those skills very well, like the reload speed and the stuff, and the cooldown rate from auxiliary tanks, as well as the duration, plus the maximum health from several of those skills. It'll give you a maximum health for you and sometimes for Wolf, which is always nice to have. And yeah, that's about it. Sorry, kind of not a great commentary, but hopefully you guys get the gist of it, and you guys can understand that this is actually a very good build for you guys to use for Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I'll be uploading Claptrap either tomorrow morning or later tonight, depending on how late it is. I'll most likely be tomorrow morning around noon or so, and then I will upload the Handsome Jack one tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for that. And anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Like I said, leave a like and a comment down below and let me know if this was helpful. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.